Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make learning Divi as straightforward as possible. Today we're going to have another look at how to use Divi Sticky Options, and we're going to create a nice effect here, as you can see, as it scrolls. We scroll back, it all goes and reverses back to the original. Alright, so if that's of interest to you, just hit that like button, and let's jump right in. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump back into our WordPress and we're going to add a new page. Right, once that's open, let's just give it a name. Right, and then we're going to use the Divi Builder. Once the Divi Builder opens up, just select Build from Scratch. And we'll close this off because we first want to make some changes to the section itself. So if we jump into the settings, we go to Advanced, we go down to Visibility, and we just want to set the horizontal and vertical overflow to hidden. So what this basically does is that if anything goes further than the scroll on either side here, whether it's on the left or right or the top or bottom, it's not going to bring in those unsightly scroll bars that we scroll to the right, to the left, or we scroll up and down. All right. So we just want to make sure that that's hidden. Okay. Once that's done, let's go add a new row. So the row we want to add for this particular one will be this one. Okay. So we have the 3 columns. And the very first thing we want to do in here again is jump into the row settings. And we want to change the sizing. So we want to do custom gutter width. Yes. We want to make sure it's 1, so that's quite close. And we want to equalize column heights. We want the width to be 100%. And as usual, if you follow my tutorials, we want the width to be, maximum width to be 2580. Basically, that just gives us a nice width that we're probably going to get maximum. Okay, so once that is done, we also want to make sure we've got some spacing. What we want to do really is we want to take away the padding. So 0 and 0. And yeah, okay, let's jump in and give it some settings. So go back into the row, column 1, and in column 1, we want to give it some padding. So if we go spacing, we go to responsive. We want to give it a decent padding on desktop, so 200 top as well as bottom. Then on tablet, we want to make that 100. All right, and on phone, we want to make that 80. Okay. Excuse me. Then we just want to make sure we also change the position and the Z index. Let's push that to an 11. Once that's done, close it off and let's go to column 2. So column 2, we want to change the background. We'll change it to F9, F9. Come on. Okay, F9, F9, F9. Excuse me. So we just want to give it a nice little shading at the back there. That sets it apart. We also want to give this one some padding. Also jump into the responsive. So in desktop, this one's 200, top and bottom. On tablet though, we want to make this 150. And on phone, we want to make it 100. Yeah. Okay. And then let's go to column 3. So column 3 is the same thing. We also want to do some padding. Again, we want to jump into the responsive. For desktop, 200, top and bottom. Tablet, we want to go back to 100. And for phone, this time we only want 50. Okay, but because we're going to add in the paragraph text, this one we also want left and right. So let's put that at 8%. Both left and right. Also want that. Okay, so it's all across. Yep, and yep. All right. Okay, so once that is done, now we can start adding some text. All right, let's go to column 1 and let's add a text module. Whatever text you want to put in, I'm going to put in number 1 with a full stop. Okay, we change the background color to EF, EF, EF. Give a nice bit of shading. And then we want to change our font. So I'm going to give this a Playfair. I want it to be white. Text size, I want it to be quite big. So let's call that 100. Line height, 1 EM. And let's make it center. Okay, once that's done, let's go to sizing. The width, let's make that 150. Pixels, not percent. All right. So once that is done, we're going to also want to give it a bit of spacing. So padding 20 top and bottom. And then finally, I think, let's give it position. So position, we want to give it absolute, and we want to give it in the bottom right. So if we have the column over here, we want to push it to the bottom right. But not only that, we also want to push it -5%. Right, so we want to push it over a bit. Okay, I think that's it for that. Let's go to column 2 and we add in our text. Okay, so for column 2, we want to add in 2 different things. One is going to be first, and this is going to be an H3. Right, then we enter, you must do, and this one we make an H4. Okay, so we've got the H3 and the H4. And if we jump into the settings, go to text, we want to make sure that our text is aligned to the center and that it is dark. Okay. And once that is done, let's go style our headings. So I want to use my Playfair. I want it to be in the center and I want it to push it again for the different devices. So for desktop, we want to push it to 90. For tablet, we'll push it to 70. And for phone, we'll push it to 60. Okay. And then if we scroll back up and we go click on H4. For H4, I want to use a different one. I want to use my Coombe Sans. And I want the font to be light. Okay. Let's jump into sizing. For sizing, I want to add on 100%. And then we also want to position this absolute, but this one we want to put in the bottom left. Hey, why is it still on? Stop. Position and bottom left, okay. And our vertical offset, we want to make it 20 pixels. Okay. So it's giving us up there. All right, that's what we want. Now let's go to add some text in column 3. Okay, column 3, we want to also add 2 different types of text. One is, let's make it that. And then this one, let's make H5, and then we'll shoot one underneath that, and that'll be our text, our paragraph text. Okay, so let's jump into text and let's make this Kumsans. I still don't know how to pronounce it properly. Kumsans. And then let's go and change our this one. Let's make it 16. Line height, let's make it 1.8. Okay. Alright. Text, heading text, H5. H5, also want to make a cum text, is fine. And this one we want to make bold, so that it stands out a bit. And then we want to make this one a bit bigger. So again, jump into our responsive. Let's make this 23. And then on tablet and phone, let's make it 18. Yeah. Okay, and I think that's everything added. Now we need to do a bit of maintenance because we've got the padding over here at the moment. But we don't want that because otherwise that's going to show up when we do our sticky animation. We want to make sure that this is all flush together. So to do that, what we do is we jump to the section and we just go to spacing and give both top and bottom padding 0. And there it is, nice and flush. Okay, and then let's go and do our settings. Jump into the row. So the row we want to make sticky. Scroll effects, position, stick to the top. Okay, we want that to be 0. We want to make sure that this is stuck to the section. And then yes and yes. Okay, so jump back to the front. Now that we've set that, let's go and change our background. So we have background, so our current background is the white. Let's go across like that. Let's change that background for sticky. Let's make that 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6. It has a nice black background. And to make sure that this is a bit of a smooth transition, let's just go and increase the transition to 500. All right, and make sure that the transition speed curve is ease. Okay, let's go jump in. Now for column 2, we want to change our background. We want to make it sticky, and we want to make this 262. Oh man, come on. 262626. There we go. And so then obviously we'll need to change the text module. Design. Actually, don't worry about this. Go jump into text over here. And sticky text. Sorry. First we'll need to change our background color. Wait, where did I just select? This one is what I'm looking for. Background, sticky, and we want to change the background to DDC 7B5. Okay. Then the text settings for sticky, we'll change to 0A, 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 0A. Okay. Then we jump into sizing, and for width, for sticky, let's make that 105%, so that it pushes the full width over here. And again, just like the previous one, let's make a smooth transition. Just go change that to 500. All right, let's go to text module 2. in column 2. So this one, we want to make sure we got design, text, scroll down all the way to the bottom, text color, make sure it's sticky, and we'll change that to light. Okay, and then text in 3, the same thing, design, text, scroll all the way down, text color, sticky, make that light. Okay, that's pretty much everything. So now what we do is we just duplicate 2, 3, 4, 5 first, and then we go and change the copy. So 2, second, you can already see the effect kicking in. 3, third, 4, fourth, and the last one. 5, fifth. Okay. One thing you can do is here in the last section, which I suppose you can't access now. Okay, so in order to do so, you need to go into the wireframe, go down to the last section, and we just add in a margin of 200. At the bottom there. Save that. And if we jump out now, and we start scrolling, there it is. Second, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and if we scroll back, fifth, fourth, third, second, first, and I can go back. Alright, so that's how you can use the sticky options now, also to create a nice flowing effect here. I hope this tutorial will be useful for you in your designs, and if it is, or it has, do hit that like button, and do share if you've used it in one of your designs, so that we can see and we can all learn from each other. I'm planning to still upload more Divi tutorials as I learn more about Divi, so do be sure to subscribe so that you do not miss out on any of these. Your feedback is valuable, so do leave a comment below with any questions or perhaps suggestions for future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.